For the first time in program history, the Liberty Division II women's hockey team competed at the ACHA National Championships. The benchmark was just one of many accolades that the program was able to have this season. And though the ladies unfortunately fell to Boston College 4-3 in an overtime thriller before dropping both pool games, losing to eventual national runner-up Minot State 8-3 and conference rival Buffalo 5-2, the team still considers it to have been a good experience for them.
Going to nationals this year was great. It was a great experience from the kids side. It's also a great experience from the coaching side. I think that, through us going there for the first time, I think we learned a lot. I think the girls played their hardest. I think that we are able to know what we need to go into with next year and what we need to work and strive for to get us out of pool play next year when we get there for the second time. And of course that's our goal. But the overall experience there this year was great. The staff there for the ACHA was great. Really, it couldn't have gone any better for us for our first experience, and I was really happy with how the team did.
This season was a great season, not only on the ice, off the ice. The girls worked together, they communicated well, but we also had a good team dynamic off the ice as well. So it's great to see when a group of girls can be great on the ice, but also great friends in the locker room as well.
This season was one of the best for the ladies in program history, as the year was filled with many firsts for the team, including being not only ranked in the top 6 of the East region, but climbing as high as number 2 before finishing the year at number 3 and qualifying for the team's first College Hockey East Conference playoffs.
We had 5 freshmen and 5 seniors, so we had a little bit of, new blood, a little bit of old blood, and trying to mix everything together. And at first, it was kind of just putting people together, trying to see how lines were going to go, but once we kind of had everything set in place, where Sarah and I really took a couple hours of just thinking personality-wise, playing-wise, put them together, but once we were able to find the people who clicked, they worked. And it kind of took maybe 1 or 2 games of us playing to kind of see how they'll react to each other, but after about the first 4 or 5 games, they started playing well together. So we were extremely excited just to see them kind of fully grow throughout the season.
I feel like it was a long season since this was the first time that we were playing all the way through March. Usually in the past we were done in February, and so being able to go from September and practicing with everybody, once we got through that first few games there at the beginning of the year in October, I knew from that point that we were going to be making it to nationals. I could not see it going any other way. And I think that there were definitely, I would say, a lot of highs and lows and a lot of learning experience, but I feel like that just comes with any sport and any team in general. And really, there's nothing more that you can, expect from your players other than showing up, working hard every day, and doing what we asked them to do. And that showed making, the top 3 in the East this year. And from a coaching standpoint, I'm really proud of what they accomplished, and I think it was a great progression.
The ladies also garnered the program's first ever All-ACHA awards, as the ladies had 2 first-team All-Americans in freshman forward Brittany Hagel and senior Ashley Wright, while the assistant captain and Karis Hicks was named this year's Off-Ice MVP.
To have two girls awarded on the All-American team, Brittany and Ashley, and I'm happy with them getting nominated and voted for it. And the fact that they were on the first team All-Americans, it was awesome. I know Brittany's a freshman, and so that again just proves that we have a lot more coming from her in the next 3 years, which is wonderful. But then also knowing that Ashley is a senior and she was able to accomplish that her senior year is a great way to finish for herself.
Ashley, she was the defenseman, I was the defensive coach. It was great to see her, she always was smiling on the bench, always seemed nice and calm. I would have compared her to Dave Simonina, who played in our men's D1 program. Has a presence on the ice, can take the puck and score when we needed them to score. And then our off-ice MVP, Karis, she is the first to show up, last to leave. If you need anything done, she will be there for you.
She's just easy to work with, and the girls really get along with her because she's always there for you, whether it's on the ice, off the ice, for the coaching staff, for the players. Whenever you need anything done, she was just dependable, and she would be what I would describe as a mentor leader, where she was able to mentor those around her and help give that leadership off and pass it on to people for next year.
To see 2 All-American, first-team All-Americans and an off-ice MVP is a huge testimony for our program.
With all this success this year, the ladies believe that this is only the start of something special for this team.
The future is exciting, of course. I think at the end of every year, every coach is always excited to work towards what we got going on for the next year coming up. And we have a lot of new players coming in, a lot of freshmen. It's going to be very similar to this year, trying to find that gel and that mesh at the beginning of the year. But I'm not too worried about it. I think we're going to have a lot more depth this coming year, which is something that we needed when we were at Nationals this first season. And so I think next year, when we have that depth and we have the talent that we have, I think it's going to be fun. It's going to be, again, ups and downs, highs and lows, but I think that having the right girls that we've selected is going to make our season next year even more successful.